In a direct quote, the Federal Reserve has stated, "We're not going to run out of ammo," meaning they will continue to print money. The President of the United States has stated, "It's our money, it's our currency, we'll do whatever." Sounds pretty centralized. And on top of that, the FDIC, a regulator that's put in place to protect us, is quoted as saying, "Don't pull your money out of the bank." What? I thought it was my money. Those are all quotes from government figures all within the last week. And those quotes, they're exactly why Bitcoin was created. Like this, support this, learn from this. Because that was the United States. Breaking news, China is injecting $7 billion into their banking system and cutting interest rates. This is global. Let's go right to the source. Bloomberg breaking the news: as the world shuts down, China rejoins the monetary easing wave. This news was broken Sunday evening for us, but this was Monday morning in China. As an investor in the space, what does this mean for you? China's central bank has cut the interest rate it charges on loans to the banks by the biggest amount since 2015, as authorities ramp up their response to the worsening economic impact from the pandemic. So what are the details? The People's Bank of China reduced the interest rate on 7-day reverse repo agreements to 2.2% from 2.4% when it injected 50 billion yuan or $7.1 billion into the banking system. Again, this is all according to a statement made Monday, today. So, why did they do it? What's their reasoning? The central bank said this will keep liquidity sufficient to help the real economy. So it's the same reason that every government is printing money. Again though, how long does that quote-unquote solution last? I mean, truly, how long can they keep printing money to solve the problem? Eventually, there'll come a point of diminishing returns. Eventually. I mean, what is $100 worth in 1913 over time? So that purchasing power of $100 in 1913 was $57 in 1943. In 1973, it was $22. In 2003, $100 was now $5. And in 2019, the purchasing power of $100 from 1913 was $3. This is a problem. To me, this is a problem to me. Thank God we have a peaceful way to opt out. Not one single entity owns it, meaning is in control of it, and there will only ever be 21 million. Ever. There is now 50 billion more yuan. This is the first cut to the Bank of China policy rate since February, and this is in line with a pledge the Communist Party's leadership made the other day on Friday to increase support to the economy through increased sales of sovereign debt. That's a lot of debt. And this step brings the People's Bank of China closer in line with their global peers. Hey, everybody's doing it. Why wouldn't China do it? In a direct quote, the larger than usual rate cut is an expression that China is willing to join the Coordinated Consortium for Economic Stabilization. This said from Raymond Young, chief China economist. And again, I get it. This is meant to help in the short term. Small and medium-sized businesses are collapsing for lack of cash flow. This solved that cash flow. 50 billion yuan more cash flow. 50 billion. By the way, my name's Austin. Hit subscribe. We drop a video every day, keeping you informed, keeping you in the know. And it's not just China. It is not just China. Steve Mnuchin got on the phone today with Foxx Business, and he talked about two things. When can small businesses, when can the little guy actually get their money? And if that doesn't work, is the U.S. government willing to print more? Watch like this.
Now, as promised, Treasury Secretary Stephen Mnuchin joining us on the phone. Mr. Secretary, this program has been deluged with small business owners asking us, please tell us, how do we get our money and when do we get it? Would you answer those questions, Mr. Secretary?
I've said these loans will be available starting on Friday, which will be at lightning speed. We hope later today that we'll be releasing the documents and the instructions. It'll be a very simple process. We expect this will be very, very easy. They'll get 8 weeks of payroll plus 25% for overhead, and as long as they use that money to bring back their employees or pay their employees, it will be forgiven. So this is a great way of getting Americans back to work.
If the number of applications surges, is there more money available perhaps in the future above and beyond 350 billion?
Well, this is a very popular program with Republicans and Democrats, and the president likes it a lot. So if we run out of money and this is a huge success, we will absolutely go back to Congress and ask for more money. And by the way, it makes economic sense because every single person that we put through this program, we don't have to pay unemployment insurance.
Okay. They're willing to print more if this doesn't work because, hey, it just makes economic sense. And hey, it worked. Stock market opened up today with a huge gain, hugely in the green at a 2.32% increase. Huge for the stock market. But the question is this temporary? Yes, this is helping in the short term, but will this get us back to the economic growth that we once knew just 3 months ago?
But it is going to be a rough 8 weeks as we've extended the social distancing rules out through April 30th. Going to be a rough quarter, isn't it?
It is, and I would just say we are very sympathetic to, there will be people who lose their jobs. Hopefully this is a temporary issue. And through the three-part program, the small business program, the direct deposit checks that we'll have in people's accounts in 3 weeks, and the enhanced unemployment insurance, that's a way to protect American workers who no fault of their own.
Okay, so the point is it's going to be rough. We'll see. These are unprecedented times. But if you take one thing away from this video, it is, if they need to, the government is willing to print more money, whatever it takes. That implies that there may be a fourth stimulus package in the works. Is there?
The next bill, that implies a fourth stimulus program. Are you organizing that now?
Not yet. I mean, we have a lot of money now that we're deploying, and our number one job at Treasury right now, we have the team working around the clock, making sure we get these programs up and running. These programs don't do any good for Americans 3 or 4 months from now, so we're deploying this money now. And as we see how the virus goes forward, we're ready to work with Congress if we need more enhancements or additional funds.
Okay, so no new package officially in the works yet. They're working with the package, the stimulus that they have now. If you have an opinion on any of this, comment down below in the comment section. I would love to hear your thoughts. But next piece of news. Ethereum mining is saved. Bitmain updates their Antminer E3 firmware. Did you even know that Ethereum mining was at risk? Well, now it's saved. And it was at risk because Bitmain's Antminer E3, which is a popular ASIC miner, was suspected to become obsolete by April 2020. And Bitmain had previously confirmed that the Antminer E3 would stop mining Ether. Well, a new update, they now say it will continue mining Ethereum at least till October 2020. And obviously, there would be other ways to mine Ethereum, but this was a powerful machine, and it's a lot of people used this to mine more ETH and contribute to the security of the network. And according to a March 30th blog post, Antminer E3's lifespan is prolonged with specifically designed firmware launched by Bitmain. According to the announcement, the new firmware was developed to allow miners to continue using the Antminer E3 even after March 2020. And if you're asking, what was even the issue? Why was it going to stop anyway? Well, the primary reason for limiting the capability of the Antminer E3 for mining Ethereum and mining Ethereum Classic was due to limited memory capacity. Well, now they have the update. Does this make you an Ethereum bull? Ethereum's up today. The whole crypto market, the S&P market, pumped up today. Bitcoin, the rest of the cryptocurrencies pumped up today as well. Great day in the market. It's an interesting correlation, causation, just coincidence we've been seeing in the last multiple months that when the S&P is up today, Bitcoin is up higher today. Yet when the S&P fell, Bitcoin fell as well, but Bitcoin recovered first as well. Bitcoin benefited in the drawdowns, and Bitcoin benefited in the draw-ups. Causation, correlation, coincidence? Time will tell. That is the video for today. My name's Austin. Like always, see you tomorrow. And by the way, if you haven't, check out the live stream. Just a bottle of whiskey, my brother, myself, and you. A lot of fun last night. Took some questions from the audience. Check it out.